Trevor 1, Craighead Dyson School 1, Marinine College 1, Waikato Dyson School 1, St Margaret's College 1, Ringaroo Girls School 1, St Hilda's Collegiate 1, and Dyson School for Girls 1. Attention!
We're underway now in the girls under 15 Coxed 8A final, event sponsored by Pure South. All crews out, nice and fast, smooth, flat conditions on Ruataniwha for the girls under 15s, which is fantastic. A lot of them in their first day final or second day final if they raced yesterday. Great start from Diocesan School for girls in lane number 8. Then you go inside to Waikato Diocesan School, the North Island champions, in lane number 4. They would have their nose out in front in the very early stages of this A final. One seat down on them, maybe half a canvas, would be the South Island champions, and that would be St Margaret's College in lane number 5. Natalie Bocock, the coxswain, she will be 2 seats down now on Waikato Diocesan, and Waikato Diocesan have really flown out of the blocks, and they've stamped their name on the very early stages of this event as they go through the 250. So it's not even a quarter of a length at the moment to Waikato Diocesan in lane number 4. Then you go back to St Margaret's. Then you go inside of Waikato Diocesan to Barradine College. Then inside of them would be Craighead Diocesan, Epsom Girls Grammar, out to lane 7 and 6, and that's St Hilda's Collegiate, Rangiruru Girls School and Diocesan School for girls in lane 8. And we now go back to the front of the field as we head to the first 500. This is the girls under 15 Coxed 8A final, and it's Waikato Diocesan School number 1. Coxswain is Victoria Wilson, and she is up against the St Margaret's College number 1 crew, Natalie Bocock in charge of those girls, and they are head to head as they come to the first 500. Who's going to go through first? It's going to be the girls in the green and white from the North Island. Waikato Dio through, St Margaret's through. Then we go back to third place. It'll be inside in the green boat, Craighead Diocesan in lane number 2. They'd be sitting in the bronze medal, but they'd only have half a canvas over Barradine. And then you've got lanes 6, 7 and 1. That will be Rangiruru, St Hilda's Collegiate and Epsom Girls. They're all well within striking distance as well. And now we start to see the red and white of St Margaret's. St Margaret's doing a big move at the 500. And they are really, oh jeepers, that coxswain for St Margaret's, Natalie Bocock. She is giving these girls absolutely everything. Waikato Diocesan, she now leans further down into the boat. Victoria Wilson, she's hunched right down. I can see her head bobbing, and she's saying to these girls, you can't let St Margaret's get away. They can't get the jump on you. If you want the gold medal, you have to stay beside St Margaret's. St Margaret's go out to 4 seats now, so this is a very dominant move from St Margaret's. Meg Fulton, Ella Wells, Olivia Hutton, Saskia Klinkenberg, Naomi North, Star Davidson, Betty Tothel, Wallace Russell, and coxswain Natalie Bocock. And it's St Margaret's, what a dominant move at the 500. They now have half a length over Waikato Diocesan. Waikato Diocesan have a quarter of a length over Craighead. Craighead over Barradine. Then inside to Epsom Girls and out to Rangiruru. Then out to lane 7, St Hilda's Collegiate, and out to lane number 8, Diocesan School for Girls. We come down to the 1,000 metre mark, and it's the red and white, the South Island champions, St Margaret's College. They're going to go through first, and St Margaret's cross through the 1,000 this time. They go through now. Waikato through now, and Craighead through now. So big move from Craighead. Craighead moving up in the girls 15-8. Craighead would only be 1 seat down now on Waikato Diocesan as St Margaret's continue to push out. St Margaret's now have almost a full boat length on Waikato Diocesan. Waikato Diocesan have a canvas over Craighead. Craighead 1 full boat length over Barradine and Epsom. And then you come out to Rangiruru, out to St Hilda's and back to Diocesan School for Girls. And we now have clear water for the first time. St Margaret's go to clear water in the girls under 15 Coxed 8. The South Island champions are heading towards a gold medal. Can they hold on? And good coxing from Victoria Wilson. Oh, beg your pardon, Natalie Bocock. Natalie Bocock in the St Margaret's crew. She just looked out to the right, and she had a look at Craighead Diocesan, and she had a look at Waikato Diocesan, and she said, we've got this, guys, we've got this, we can hang on. And now hitting the silver medal for the first time. Moving into the silver medal is the lane number 2. Kieran Wright steering Craighead Diocesan to silver. And a great move coming from Craighead. Waikato Diocesan need to respond now if they want to fight for silver, because Craighead is in the silver medal position. Waikato Dio in the bronze. St Margaret's go out to a length and a half now over the field. We come down to the end of the caravans. We head to the first of the tents, and it's St Margaret's who's going to go past the first tent in first place. 550 to go for St Margaret's. They have a length and a quarter over Craighead. Craighead have a quarter of a length over Waikato Diocesan. Waikato Diocesan 3/4 of a length over Barradine. Through they go now, St Margaret's. Craighead go through now. Waikato through now. So those are your top three in the girls 15-8, and it's clear water to St Margaret's. Craighead Diocesan pushing for silver. Kieran Wright, her crew of Emma McRoby, Pippa Harrison, Eloise Gawler, Vicky Taggart, Sarah Templeton, Jessica Martin, Olivia Hughes and Maddie Palmer, Coxed and Kieran Wright. And they start to gain on St Margaret's. They've closed the gap ever so slightly. And Craighead Dio go out to 3/4 of a length on Waikato Dio. St Margaret's still hold clear water, and the girls under 15 Coxed 8. St Margaret's are looking very, very strong indeed, but the charge is coming from Craighead down in lane number 2. Start cheering, get that, what is it, a crocodile or whatever it is, your mascot, get her down to the waterfront, because here comes Craighead. But St Margaret's are still leading home the girls under 15-8. Back to Craighead, into Waikato, back to Barradine and Epsom. We come down to the change of colours, and it's less than 250 to go. St Margaret's are going to be the Maadi Cup champions in the girls 15-8. I can't see Craighead catching them from here. Then you go out to Waikato Diocesan, Barradine closing well. St Margaret's now have 100 metres to go. St Margaret's through now. Craighead through now. Waikato Diocesan go through now. So I think St Margaret's are going to hold the title. St Margaret's will be the gold medal champions in the girls under 15-8. 5 strokes to go. And what a magnificent regatta St Margaret's have had. Congratulations to their coaching team. Brilliant sprint from Craighead Dio on the inside. They're going to pick up the silver medal, and Waikato Diocesan should just hold on for that bronze.
They're also receiving their oars from Authentic Oars, which is a lovely souvenir to have to take back. One for Coxon Victoria and one for Coach Craig Harmon. So congratulations, bronze medal winners, Waikato Dio. Good work, girls. The winner of the silver medal for the under 15 Coxed 8, Craighead Dio. Emma McRoby, Pippa Harrison, Eloise Gawler, Vicky Taggart, Sarah Templeton, Jessica Martin, Olivia Hughes, Maddie Palmer, and they're coxed by Kieran Wright, and proudly coached by Dean Milne and Tori Peterson. The time for Craighead was 7:00.92. They too will receive their little oars from Authentic Oars. Silver medal there for Dean and Tori. Congratulations, Craighead Dio. And now the Aon New Zealand Secondary School Rowing Champs Girls Under 15 Coxed 8 gold medal winners, St Margaret's. Right, we have Meg Fulton, Ella Wells, Olivia Hutton, Saskia Klinkenberg, Naomi North, Star Davidson, Biddy Tottle, Wallace Russell. They're coxed by Natalie Bocock. And they're proudly coached by Ian Smallman. Their time was 6:56.75. So thanks once again to Alliance Group Pure South, our sponsors for this event. And Murray Berent presenting our medals. One for Natalie. And one for Ian. Now they've received their little oars. We will give them their winners' t-shirts. And we're also very glad to present to them the Tauranga College Cup. Congratulations, St Margaret's.